our SnAPPshot series, and we're presenting Clio today. We're waiting for everybody to click and log in, and give everyone a couple of minutes to do so. But we hope that those of you who are calling in, I see from parts of the Northwest where it's quite cold right now, we hope that you're doing well and staying warm and inside. For those of you who are new to SnAPPshot webinars, just want to make sure you know that you will be on mute the entire time. If you have any questions, please put them into the question area or the chat area on the panel for the GoToWebinar screen, and we'll be able to identify those and hopefully have you have those questions of yours addressed. But also you can wait, and we're happy through Donna Olmstead, our reseller account executive, to make direct introductions between you and Clio. So one more minute. I know there's a few more people that are logging in based upon some of the registrations we have. And my organizers, please mute if you're not speaking so that we can have a clear connection. All right, great. So I think I'm going to start. And again, so we're here this morning. It's a SnAPPshot webinar, one of the first of the year for SaaSmax, with a really great software solution named Clio. They are a very successful SaaS company, specifically for the legal practice management world. And as most of you probably would realize, it's not an easy task to be able to penetrate the legal industry because of the various compliances and security issues that they have to be aware of. So having an app vendor like Clio on board has really been a real educational process for us as well, and we've been really happy to see the success that we've had together. So I'm here with Alex, and Alex is the channel program manager for Clio. And let me just tell you briefly, for those of you new to SaaSmax, let me just make sure that we're clear on who we are and how we're helping out SaaS vendors and resellers. As you may see from our website, we're the ultimate value-add SaaS marketplace, and the first and only one really focused on SaaS solutions of all types and doing our best to connect the SaaS vendors with prospective resellers who are either in a specific domain or who are selling software solutions and hardware solutions and have clients that they could extend their book of business to by adding new products that are relevant. Basically, through our website, we offer special offers and incentives to you as prospective reseller from the channel-friendly SaaS vendors in our marketplace. Usually there's some interesting and unique special offers for you from the SaaS vendors, and especially from those who are attending the webinar. You have a dedicated account executive who's actually on the line today. Her name is Donna Olmstead, and some other staff, depending on your location and your needs. Our software platform provides you with an on-demand search capability that really helps you to dive down and identify apps that are suitable for your target market of your client. We're not looking to match broad apps with any customer. Our goal is to add more and more SaaS vendors who meet very targeted needs of your clients. And we do our best to provide the very most detailed SaaS profiles of anywhere online, typically more so and better than what you're going to learn about a SaaS vendor by going to their own website. So we encourage you to peruse through there on a weekly basis and pay attention to the email blasts coming out, because we do have some great new solutions or great old solutions that are new to SaaSmax joining all the time. We also like to facilitate personal introductions and provide SaaS education, like in this webinar today, where we provide direct contact and direct transparency with the SaaS vendors. And our goal really is to create connections, matchmaking, and facilitate sales for both the SaaS vendor and the SaaS resellers like you. So joining is free for resellers. If you're not already a reseller, please feel free to sign up. And as long as you are a viable reseller who is already doing business and has prospective clients, we will approve you and welcome you in. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Xander. His name is Alexander Nemitz-Finchine, and he's been with Clio for the past couple of years, and he's the manager of their certified consulting program and spearheads their enterprise sales initiatives which are expanding into government and corporate council verticals. So he's extremely knowledgeable both on incentivizing the channel and managing the channel, but also is a very big part of the growth and success of Clio. So we're very excited to have you here. So welcome, Xander.
Thank you very much, Dina. Just as we're talking right now, just so you're aware, Dina, I'm actually not able to see the slides. Would you be able to have those pop up?
Yes, sure. I didn't realize that they weren't there. Is this better?
Thank you. Perfect. So welcome, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to jump in on this SnAPPshot webinar. Just so everyone is aware, we've been with SaaSmax. I think we were some of the original beta testers, and we're very excited to be a partner with them and to continue the partnership through these sorts of webinars. So with that, what I'd like to do is just give everyone a little bit of an overview of what Clio is. So in a nutshell, Clio is a cloud-based practice management solution that's geared specifically for small to medium-sized law firms. So this is anywhere from the solo practicing attorney, anywhere up to the 40 to 50 attorney range. What it is, it's a single resource that allows them to manage all of their files, their clients, their Rolodex, their tasks, reminders, documents, and more importantly, their time tracking and billing. What it does, it encourages efficiency and competency. All of these individuals are going to law school after doing an undergraduate degree, going to law school for another 3 years. And what they're taught to practice the law. The administrative duties of running a law firm are not necessarily their specialty, and it's not something that's promoted to them. So what Clio does is it helps them spend their valuable time building their practice as opposed to dealing with the administrative burdens and tasks. Because every hour that they're spent creating the bill and sending those bills out is an hour of billable time that they're losing. So there's a direct return on investment for them. A little bit about Clio. It was founded in 2007 by our co-founders Jack Newton and Ryan Gobro, and it was created in conjunction with the Law Society of British Columbia. If you can't tell by my accent, we're a Canadian company up in Vancouver. And as you can tell, it was designed with the small law firms in mind. Now we have over 90 full-time employees. We're constantly growing. I guess 5 years ago there were simply five employees, and when I started 2 years ago we were only at 40, so we're rapidly expanding. We've actually just announced an opening of an office in Toronto, Canada, as well as Dublin, Ireland. And so everyone's aware, our data centers and our main client base are in the United States. So we do have 3 data centers located there. And one of the big reasons that we opened up a Dublin office is so that we now are looking to sort of go into the international expansion phase. So we do have that the data center over there, mainly for the EU market and the Commonwealth. And as I mentioned before, the target market for Clio is in the small to medium law firm range, so anywhere from the 1 to 5 attorneys all the way up to the 50. And that's not including the administrative and support staff. And over the last few years, we've grown to over 30,000 clients in North America alone. We'll just jump over to the next one. Oh, sorry, Dean, if we can just go to the next slide. Sorry, everyone, a little bit of a delay on that.
This is Donna speaking. I can see the slide fine. It's entitled Affinity Programs on this end.
Ah, perfect. You know what? There was a little bit of a delay on my side. I'm sorry, everybody. So just a couple of the other channels that I want to highlight that really show how Clio is growing into the different marketplaces. We do have affinity programs. So as a lot of individuals are aware, the individual states have their own bar associations and governing bodies. So something that we've done, especially in our business development team, is created partnerships with those state bars in the form of affinity programs. And what we do is they'll publish basically an ethics opinion on cloud computing, because it is a new venture for a lot of these groups. And we do have over 30 state bar affinity partnerships, constantly looking for more. Our goal is clearly to have all of the states included in this. And then once that's completed, what we want is exclusive partnerships. So we want Clio to be the sole recommended provider of cloud-based practice management software. Currently, we have exclusive partnerships with the state of Texas, Pennsylvania, Iowa, Ohio, Illinois, and recently we were very proud to announce an exclusive partnership with the New York State Bar, as well as a partnership with the State Bar of California. So we're definitely penetrating the market, not just through our own outreach to the legal community, but also through the different avenues in which these lawyers and attorneys are managed. Also, we have a Clio Academic Access Program. This is something that we're very excited about. We offer Clio free of charge to dozens of law schools and legal clinics throughout the United States. Currently, we have over 5,000 individual students using Clio in an educational form. Some of these schools include Yale, Stanford, Columbia, and University of Chicago. So some of the bigger names, and we're always looking to bring more into Clio's realm as far as that goes. But the point of that is, so when they're in an educational environment, as I mentioned before, what they're doing, they're learning about they're learning about the law, but now with Clio, they're able to see exactly how to run a practice while they're still in an educational environment, so that when they do graduate and then when they are going into the real world, that's something that they already know how to do. So moving on from that, and looking at basically from what you need to know is why clients buy Clio. As I mentioned before, the ideal client that we're looking at is anywhere from the 5 to 50 attorney firm, and it's practice agnostic, as we like to say, and regardless of whether they're doing real estate, immigration, civil, criminal law, Clio works for all of them, and you're able to customize that depending on the type of your practice. And as these are educated individuals, what they want to know is they want to know what the return on investment is. So Clio, it's an all-in-one solution. As I mentioned before, you have your case management, your time tracking, billing, reporting, your Rolodex and your calendars, as well as document management. And as I touched on earlier, it allows you to capture your valuable time. Because it's in the cloud and because it's a simple program, you're able to access your files anytime, anywhere. There's no more leaving the office, getting home, realizing that you need to get in touch with the client, but you need to go back to the office to pick up that document or that file to review it. Now you have access to that, whether you're on your iPhone, whether you're on a tablet or your computer, wherever you are, you can deal with that. And as well, you're looking at the cost. There's no overhead with respect to Clio and to setting up a practice. You don't need to have that office space necessarily. You can begin your practice wherever you are, as long as you have that internet connection, as well as it's scalable. So at any point, if you start off with just yourself, that's not an issue at all. If you want to add on to other attorneys, you want to add on other administrative staff as your company grows, it's very simple to do. And because Clio essentially has there's a paperless trail that you're able to deal with within the program, and I'm sure any of you who do want to take a look at it further will be able to see there's a firm feed within there. You're able to monitor what's going on the account at any point in time. So again, just touching on that, it really creates the ability for scalability and less of an administrative burden. So what does the pricing model and commissions look like? We have very simple and standardized pricing for Clio. It's $49 a month per attorney and $25 a month per non-attorney, so a support staff or an administrative individual. This includes a free trial of up to a week where they're able to have free access to a fully functioning Clio account. They're able to see how it works and see if it is something that will help benefit them or benefit their practice. That includes unlimited support and training from Clio, as well as any upgrades, as you are all aware, being a cloud-based program. Anytime that we have an upgrade, which is generally on a daily basis, whether it's a bug fix or a feature release, that's done at the next time that the individual logs into their account, it's there. And from a reseller side, what we've actually just changed over in December is a brand new commission structure. So we're looking at 20% of the monthly recurring revenue. And the way that we look at, we determine monthly recurring revenue, it's completely dependent on the size of the firm that you're bringing on. For example, if you're looking at 2 attorneys and 2 support staff, that'll be the monthly recurring revenue will be approximately $150. So that's 20% of that for as long as the client is on Clio. Prior to this, we initially had a 5-year commission structure, but we wanted to make this as valuable as possible to resellers such as yourselves. So as long as your clients remain with Clio, you're still getting that commission structure. And as you can see here in the commission ramp up, off to the left here, just simply the number of attorneys and support staff you have. So if you're looking at 3 lines down, 5 attorneys and 3 support staff, the monthly fee will be approximately $320 to Clio. Being that 20% commission structure, after year 1, you're looking at $768, and up to year 10, you're looking at $7,680 and beyond. And that's simply you sign them up onto Clio and they remain with Clio for that time. Regardless of how involved you are with them or not, that is money in your pocket. And as you can see, as it is pretty laid out, the larger the group, the more attorneys, the more support staff, that larger commission. So for example, on the bottom we have there, if you sign up a larger law firm of 40 attorneys and 60 support staff, after 10 years, that's $83,000 plus. And that will obviously continue the longer that they stay with Clio.
And Sandra, let me ask, what is a typical client size for you?
Typical client size is going to be anywhere from the 5 attorneys to the 25 attorneys right now. That's generally the sweet spot with Clio. So you'd be looking at, well, I guess in between that, let's use the 10 attorneys plus 5 support staff as the sweet spot of the typical right now size of a group. But given that, 3 years ago, the typical size for us was a solo attorney plus 2 support staff. So the bigger that we get, the more features that our development team is creating, the more applicable it is to these larger groups, and which we've noticed simply within the last 6 months that's drastically increased. So it's constantly growing, to say the least. But right now, we'll use the 10 plus 5 as a standardized example. So how to become a Clio certified consultant? What we do is we do have a very simple and easy to navigate certification process. We've created an online training program where you're going to be basically develop that product knowledge that you need in order to speak on behalf of Clio to your clients and get them interested in the program. You'll be invited to 2 training environments. One is where the training program resides, and it's approximately 5 hours of total content. That's looking at videos and going through some simple testing phases, as well as you'll be invited to a demo account, a fully functioning account where you're able to play around with the product and get that first-hand experience with it. Once you become certified, and again, it can be, I've had individuals complete it in actually anywhere from 2 to 3 hours after the initial phone call with myself, so it's not an arduous task from our perspective. Once you become certified, you're given a free Clio account for demonstration purposes so that you're able to stay up to date with the program. You're given a ton of resources. We have a Clio certified consultant resource site where there's different slide decks, the ability to register all of your leads, as well as marketing materials and sales materials to give you the support that you need to be successful to bring your clients and other individuals into Clio. You're also given ongoing top-tier support, first-hand access to our support team, as well as priority access to our technical and development team. So if you have clients who have suggestions as to what they want to see, where they want to see Clio build features, you have a specific number that you're able to call to get those technical and development teams, and you have a different channel than the rest of the population, to say the least. So why resellers like Clio? Something I didn't mention earlier is that we have a ton of integrations. So it allows for that bundling and to be able to get the commissions from these different programs. So not only could you bring Clio to a client, but you could also set them up with a document management program such as Dropbox, an accounting program such as Xero, and a calendaring contacts email program like Google Apps. And you bring all 4 of those together, you're the sole sort of individual from the client side, but you're able to get commissions from all 4 of those different groups. As I mentioned before, you can be as hands-on or hands-off as you need to be. as we said before, we do have our own support staff that we're able to help answer those technical questions for the clients. As well, every time you bring a client into Clio and they begin a Clio trial, they will be assigned an account executive from our sales team to give them a hand, and so that they do have that added level of Clio expertise or sales expertise to help them potentially get over that hump and into Clio. So you have that resource with you as well. There's also plenty of opportunities to specialize. For example, a lot of these groups, a lot of these law firms are using other desktop programs, for example, and they want to bring in all of their data and documents into Clio. So there's the option to specialize as far as data migrations go, if you want to specifically help them with billing and billing templates. And these are all areas where you're able to garnish those consulting fees that I know is one of the bigger drivers of revenue for the reseller group. As well, I mentioned that fantastic commission structure, and also something that we're rolling out is a preferred partner program. So once you reach a certain threshold of a number of clients that you've brought into Clio, you'll qualify for the preferred partner program, where we're happy to provide marketing funds for any endeavors where you're looking to grow your business. For example, if you're going to different trade shows or exhibits, or you want to host events for clients and potential clients, we're happy to just simply let us know, create a simple business proposition, whether it's a few lines or a paragraph, just letting us know the main details of that, and we're happy to provide those marketing funds for you. As well, when you reach this preferred partner status, you get a priority assignment of leads. So a lot of individuals will come into Clio, or a lot of potential clients will be on a Clio trial, but sometimes they need that added level of sort of that white glove treatment where they want someone actually physically in the office. And as I mentioned before, because we're located in Vancouver, if someone in New York City needs help or wants someone to come into the office, that's where we'll reach out to our Clio certified consultant channel. And obviously, as it's obvious through here, we'll begin by going to those who have reached the preferred partner status. And there's a whole lot more that's included in that program. Actually this past year we did a Clio a cloud conference in Chicago. So we're happy to bring you to those as well, and also create a Clio Certified Consultant track at that conference. So what does the basic pitch of Clio look like to a lead? It's a very simple sales cycle. It's getting them into that free 7-day trial. All that's required is sort of the name and the email address. They'll be sent a link, and they create their password, and they're into a fully functioning Clio account. There's no credit cards or anything right off the bat that's necessary. Once they're in there, it's important to help them optimize that account and show them what Clio will look like as they're using it on a daily basis. Once they've committed to Clio, the data migration process is the next step. Now, whether that's you taking, the reseller taking charge of that and gaining the consultant fees, or whether that's us dealing with it, again, you can be as hands-on or hands-off as you want. Some of the main selling points with respect to Clio: it's easy, and that is the single biggest sort of feature that we can highlight towards these law firms. A lot of these previous desktop programs, they're being sent the CD-ROMs, they're installing it, they're trying to fix it, maintain it, and there's just a whole lot of issues and administrative burdens that are taken away from their valuable time and their billable hours. There's no fixed contract with Clio. As I mentioned before, it's month-to-month billing. There is the option to prepay for a year, which gives them a 10% discount. However, if they don't feel like doing that, it's a simple month-to-month, and it's easy to get into Clio, as well as it's easy to export your information out. So at no point are we holding their data hostage. As mentioned before, the free training, support, maintenance, and upgrades. There's also no storage limits. The only limiting factor is that each file that you're uploading into Clio needs to be under 100 megabytes. So if there is a document that's over that, it's simply breaking up into several pieces and uploading it into Clio. But as we're all aware, lawyers have a lot of data and a lot of files, and the fact that there is no storage limits is a really enticing feature. As well, the cloud-based or the cloud aspect, the access anytime, anywhere, is a large selling feature to these individuals. If they're driving home and a client calls, they want to be able to make sure that they're billing for that 20-minute call on the way home. They can do that with our new iPhone app. As well, bank-grade security, as everyone is aware, security is of the utmost concern for any cloud voice organization, and we take that extraordinarily seriously.
Well, excellent, Xander. I think that we came to the end of the snapshot in the presentation, but I want to highlight again that for those of you who do start selling Clio, that he has a special offer for SaaSmax resellers of an extra $50 Amazon gift card that's if you register any new clients by the end of February, plus also the 20% recurring commission that's perpetual, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, and so it really is not only a fantastic proven solution with great marquee customers already, but the simplicity of this software really does sell itself. And so it's an excellent app to have in your portfolio, and even an app to be able to use to penetrate new markets and new customers if you're that's localizing your services and looking for new ways to grow. So Xander, thank you so much for taking the time to explain this to our resellers. We will have this, this is being recorded, and we will be able to post it within the next 24 hours in the Clio profile on SaaSmax.com. So if you have further questions, either go to their SaaS profile and you can contact them directly through the logged-in SaaS profile. And otherwise, you can also reach out to SaaSmax and your reseller account executive, and Donna would be happy to make the direct introduction to Xander. So Xander, thanks again. I'm not seeing any major questions. I do see an introduction request, and so we will follow up with that at a later date. But thank you all for attending, and have a great day. And we have some excellent snapshot webinars in the week ahead. One of them is Sound Connect, and the other is Leah app. And so to learn more about those, take a look at their profiles and sign up for their snapshot webinars. And have a great day, everyone. Thanks again.
Thanks, Dina. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, take care.